Well, hello. Welcome to my video. Welcome to my video. I am going to be doing a JACLYN HILL Morphe palette review. This is the palette I'm using, is the original one, not the Vault collection. Maybe I'll do the Vault collection one day when I get it. This took me forever to get because I'm in Canada and I refused to pay a lot of money back when Morphe was charging a lot of money to ship to Canada. So I had to wait, but I used this palette to get this look. So if you're interested, then please keep watching. I start with my eyeshadow before I put anything on my face, just because if there is any fallout, then I can catch it when I do my face makeup. To prime my eyes, I'm going to use the 24-hour eyeshadow insurance from Too Faced. Got this as a sample and I'm really happy with how it works and like how much they give you for a sample. That's crazy. I'm trying to grow out my eyebrows so that I could get them reshaped and waxed. This one's growing out fine. I could like braid it. This one, not quite there. Not quite there yet. On this JACLYN Hill original palette, they have the colors on the back. I also saw some videos where they, sorry, where they had like a sheet that came with it that had the colors, and I think the sheet would have been better because you could have at least put it beside the palette. You're looking. Sorry, I have like no voice. It's probably because there's forest fires in British Columbia and all the smoke is coming over to Alberta. I'll show you at the end of the video, but outside is like yellow. It's actually really creepy. The colors are on the back and I didn't like that because when I was trying to follow along on makeup videos, they were like using this color and I'm like, which one is that? So I just took a little pencil and I wrote all the colors underneath them so that it made it easier. I mean, that should have been done the first time. JACLYN. Okay, let's try this out. So I'm going to start with the color Silk Cream. And I'm going to place this what's crazy about these shadows, obviously I'm late to the party on reviewing this palette, but I have had this palette for about a month and I really like it. These shades, like I'm no makeup guru. I've had a few like expensive eyeshadow palettes given to me for Christmas or gifts or whatever, but I've never found anything that I liked as much as this. Like the pigmentation is insane and like, I'm gonna sound like a beauty guru, the blendability. But seriously, like for beginners like myself who don't have mad arms to like make everything look good, I really like how these colors go on. Like that's just one swipe, like compare the eyes. Pretty crazy. Using it mostly on the outer part of my eye, but then I'm also bringing it in the crease area. Okay, next I'm going to use the color Butter, which is just a little bit darker than the Silk Cream color. It's kind of got like an orangey tinge to it. Doesn't look like butter I have, but like look at how, like how much came off. I mean, I guess that could not be a good thing. Like if you accidentally grabbed too much, like I probably just did, and like you have to figure out what to do with it, but they do blend quite nice. Not a beauty guru, I wanted to keep this a little bit lower, but I could probably fix that. Okay, so now that we have that blended to my satisfaction, I'm gonna go over to the color Pukey. Why? And I'm gonna try to focus this where I want it to focus better, and I'm gonna put it like lower. So like on the outer corner, and then just gonna drag it across. This one isn't showing up as well. Maybe I need to pick up a little bit more of this one specifically. I don't know. Okay, there we go. I just had to pick up somewhere on my brush. So I'm just trying to get this gradient sort of effect of these colors that all kind of look similar but aren't. What I'm noticing is there is fallout, so I'm quite glad that I did the eyeshadow first. There's also fallout in the pan, so like when I touch my brush, it kind of, which I don't like wasting, and I feel like that might be wasting a little bit. But again, I mean, I really like this palette. So what took me so long to get this palette and to review it is that I live in Canada, and when I first saw it, I really wanted it. I watched all the reviews and I was like, wow, that looks really cool. I really want that. Then I looked at the price and I was like, it was slightly more expensive than the other Morphe palettes, but not bad. And so I was like, okay, I can do that. Tried to ship it to Canada, and I think the total price of the palette was $115. And like I said, like I'm no huge beauty guru. I don't have clients. I obviously don't know what I'm doing. So $115, that's insane. That's like, it better be doing my makeup for me every day while I sleep, because I can't do that. That's crazy. So I didn't get it, and then finally I looked because Morphe got a Canadian website, thank God, and I ended up spending I think $64 or something to have it shipped to my house, so like half. Next, I'm going to go in with Buns and Mocha mixed together. So if you haven't noticed, I'm doing the same look that Jaclyn Hill did on her channel. I'm just trying to see how actually easy it is to look like Jaclyn Hill for us regular folk. So I'm gonna mix Buns and Mocha. In that video of Jaclyn, I don't know if it's like the way her camera makes her look, she's so flawless. But also her outfit was bomb. She was wearing like a denim dress with like a lacy thing underneath. Like, where was that from? Can I have one? I would have worn it in this video, but instead I'm wearing my pajamas. So I'm slowly but surely getting this ombre effect going. Like I said, it's like super smoky out because of the BC fires, and some days it's really, really smoky. Other days it's not that bad, like it just rained also, so that got rid of like a lot of the smoke. And then I wake up today and it looks like the apocalypse outside. I don't know if it's because the sun is rising, but literally outside is yellow. I was like, what? This is crazy. So this is how we're looking. I am going to use now Central Perk. So Central Perk is like a really dark brown color. Central Perk or Central Park? Central Park, not a Friends reference. Is it? Is it Central Park? I don't know. I'm forgetting the show. So I'm just bringing this right into the corner just to give some dimension. It's really bothering me that I am growing out this eyebrow and these hairs are like getting caught in the shadows. I mean, you might not be able to see it, but I could see it. So we just put down the Central Park in the dark corner. Here is my slight issue and how you can notice I'm not a beauty guru. This, if I did my full face of makeup, added lashes, this eyeshadow would probably look really good. But for somebody who like is just getting into makeup sort of thing, I look at this and I'm like, I look like I got punched in both my eyes. I look sick. I look deathly. It's hard to know what's going to look good, you know? You never know. Okay, so for this look, she uses the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit and uses the lightest shade to go over the front half of the lid. My issue with this is exactly, why do I have to bring out a second palette to get that sort of color? Like, that's like a base sort of color. The two lightest colors that she has that are kind of like that are called in Light and Beam, and they have little like reflex of sparkle in them, so you wouldn't want, like, those are more highlight colors. She needs like a matte sort of color like the one from the contour kit to be able to do this. Like, if you're gonna, especially if you're gonna use your palette to do your official like look, and then you're gonna bring out another palette, like, there's tons of colors in here, don't get me wrong. I love the selection of colors, but I'm also noticing that there's a bright yellow that's missing. There's something called Creamsicle that I guess would be the closest to like a yellow, but it's actually, it's an orange. It's an orange. You can't change that to yellow. So like, when I see people do these bright yellow looks, I have to go buy another palette, I guess, to do that. Alright, so I just took a different brush and I went in the beginning part of my eye. And now I'm just gonna blend those colors back just so that there's no harsh line of like dark shades, light shade. Okay, so I do have to finish doing the under eye shadow, but I do want to do the rest of my makeup first. So this is the eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go off camera, do the rest of my face makeup, and then I will come back, finish the lower lash line, and we will be done. See you in a bit. Well, look who stayed. So this is the face makeup. So I'm gonna go in, oh, and I also put on some lashes. I believe that they are Ardell lashes. I'm gonna take a little pencil sort of brush, and I'm going to dip into In Light, which is the very first color in the shadow, in the palette. And I'm going to pop that onto my inner corner. So can you see, like, that's pretty pigmented. Pretty good. That works really well for an inner corner highlight. Now we are going to do the lower lash line. So I am going to take just a little flat-headed brush like this, and I'm going to use the color Pukey again. That god-awful color. Just gonna grab a little bit under my brush, and I'm gonna go pretty tight to my lash line, only about halfway down. Once I have most of it at the top, I'm gonna kind of smoke it out a little bit lower, just so it doesn't look like such a harsh line. I used to never put eyeshadow on my lower lash line, but I just think it really ties the whole look together. And it's something so like small. You just have to be sure not to smoke it out too much if you're not used to doing that, or if you don't want to look like you've been punched in the face. 'Cause that can happen. So once Pukey is in there, I'm also going to use the dark color Mocha, and I'm going to try to keep this also pretty tight, the lash line. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with this smaller fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna kind of blast that out a little bit. Okay. What else? I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of mascara to my lower lashes. And for lips, I'm going to line my lips and also color them in with the Kat Von D Everlasting Lip Pencil in the color Lolita. This lip pencil is so good. I love Kat Von D products a lot. Just color in. And I don't want to cause any controversy or anything, but I just personally think that the two colors look amazing together. I love both brands equally. I think they both have absolutely amazing products. So I'm going to go over that with the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the color Posh Spice. This is probably my absolute favorite lip color ever. I'm obsessed with it, probably because I'm obsessed with the 90s. And we're just gonna finish off with some setting spray. I used the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. It's quite inexpensive. This is the finished product. I really love how this came out. I really like the eyeshadow palette. I think that this palette is great. It's not worth $115, so I feel really bad for anybody that did spend $115 on it, because now it's like $60. Really like the packaging. I threw away the actual cover that it came in because I don't really think that this is the right size for me to go traveling with. I probably wouldn't carry this everywhere with me. If I was going somewhere for an extended period of time, I would probably take it. So it is really big that you can't like take it wherever, but if it was any smaller, I feel like you would lose a lot of the colors that it comes with, and it comes with a ton of colors. So the colors that I think that it's missing are definitely that matte sort of lighter shade, and also a bright yellow I think that it is missing. I do wish that she would have wrote the actual names underneath, but I had done that with a marker, and honestly it took me less than 5 minutes, so it wasn't really a big deal. But yeah, I really do like this palette, and I'm super excited about the Vault collection, and I will probably be purchasing one that has a yellow in it. I haven't really looked at them, but if they are the same quality as this, then I would absolutely recommend buying this and the Vault collection if you see colors that you like. So thank you for watching my very long overdue review. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye guys.